Hello and welcome into the Knicks-Verse. My name is George, and if this is your first time here, or you've been here before but haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Also, we're really close to 5,000 subscribers. It'd be wonderful if you guys could join us. We're less than 100 away. And turn on a notification bell so you know when I drop new videos, just like this, surprise videos. Because today was a big surprise. Today, Alex B. from Knicks Central, this is how I found out about it, posted this. He says, Craig Carton Live says that while unconfirmed, rumor is that Randle told Knicks management last night that he wants out. That's right. And that happened last night after this happened. Watch this. This was at the end of the game. Randle got the rebound, sulking, moping. Look at this. This was a nice win by the Knicks over the Bulls. He flings the ball and kind of sulks off into the tunnel by himself, not to celebrate the win with his teammates who stayed on half court celebrating for a while, actually, and shaking hands with the Bulls. No, just stormed off. And I imagine that what happened was somebody from management saw that and they went to find out what was going on. And that's when he asked out of the team. Now, it's unconfirmed. It's totally a rumor. Now, let's go to play that exact recording for you. Here we go.
Unconfirmed at this point, so I want to be very clear about that. That after last night's Knick win that everyone was at against the Chicago Bulls, we all saw Julius Randle storm off the court negatively after winning a game, that he has told the powers that be that he's done. He wants out. Now, that is an unconfirmed story. I don't want to say that it's legit or confirmed, but it's got some legs right now that the team saw him walk off the court as if they had lost, went to him after the game, and he has expressed to people in the know there, I'm done as a Knick. Okay, goodbye.
Wow. I mean, I'm sure if you watch this show often or any of the live streams, you know that I have been predicting Randle to lose it once again. I've been predicting he punches a priest. Instead, he just basically punched the whole team. He punched the entire team back. And, you know, I got to say, I'm very disappointed. I'm very disappointed in general, in the whole year that Randle has given us. I'm disappointed in how he's approached everything. His lack of leadership has been something that's been so absent, especially when the team needed him most early on when they were going through those rough waters. Things could have gone drastically different. Yeah, here's another thing. So then Mark Berman, he tweeted this out. Julius Randle could be forcing his way off Knicks in a James Harden type of way. Interesting. Definitely should check that article out. NBA Central picked this up, and they tweeted out, some people around the league believe Julius Randle could force his way to a new team in a James Harden type of way, per at New York Post Berman. One source said Randle sometimes dresses by himself in another area of the locker room. Man, he's also reported in the past, Berman I'm talking about, that on road trips, he doesn't come out for the pregame roster introductions. He stays in the back, supposedly, I don't know, trying to keep warming up or something. He doesn't come out for that. He does it at home games, but he doesn't do it in road games. All right. The other thing is he no longer participates. That's right. He also didn't come to training camp in the same shape that he came this season before. And the season before is when he became the All-Star. We could tell this was not the same Julius from the very beginning of the season. And that's very disappointing. He gets the bag, and then he doesn't come in fully maximizing his talent and his abilities, which one of them is the shape that he's in usually. You can see he often mopes. He dogs it on defenses often, and then he'll look incredulous and kind of almost infer that it's another teammate that blew the coverage. all of that stuff, we see it, we notice it all. It annoys us. It annoys us tremendously because we don't go for that in New York. I don't think any team goes for that. Any fan base goes for that, but especially in New York. This is just not a place to be dogging it. It's not. And on top of that, we know the whole issues that we have with the ISOs and the turnovers, the no handle Randle, all of that stuff. Now, could it be that finally the chance for Obi just finally got to him? I believe they were chanting for Obi during the game, actually when he was taking free throws. I know it's happened in the past. I think it happened again last night, if I'm correct. He was also in that fourth quarter. It wasn't run through him. And rightly so, man. You were having a terrible game. You only had one bucket, and it was on a fast break that you should have passed it to RJ. He was the one open. But instead, you took it all the way. You were able to make the bucket, but it was the only bucket you made. You had 5 points last night. The way that Randle has been handling himself, you have to reward him with a trade to another team. It has to happen. I've been asking for it for quite a while. I think I wanted him to be traded at the trade deadline. Now, I knew it was going to be difficult. I knew that in the offseason it'd be easier. However, his stats he's dropped so far off the map. I'll show you. Look at last year. This is from 538, the Raptor chart, the Raptor rating, the defensive Raptor rating and the offensive Raptor rating. The upper right quadrant, which is the teal quadrant, that's where you want to be. That's where the best players usually are. That's the plus offense and plus defense combination. Now, look where he is. He's a plus 0.4 offensively, which is, okay, decent. It's good in terms of the Raptor score, but defensively, excellent. Plus 2.1. That was last season. Now this season, he's dropped into the worst quadrant, the pink. Yes, minus 2.4 offensive Raptor. That's a big drop. And a minus 1.2 defensive Raptor. And if we look even further, you can see, compare his wins above replacement. Last season, he was a 7.7 wins above replacement, which was very high up there. I believe it was in the top 15 in the entire NBA. Not 100%, but I think that's how far up. But look where he is now, a minus 1.1, which is, look where he is. He's in the bottom area for power forwards. Now, this is filtered for power forwards, but it also includes someone who's listed as a power forward and a small forward like Saddiq Bey, who came in at number 55 with a 0.3 wins above replacement. 2 slots ahead of him, Obi Toppin with a 0.5. Interesting. So this is where Randle is this season. This is the type of season he's giving us, and now he wants off the team. Well, I say, let's do it. Let's do it, because the team cannot survive. This franchise cannot survive another year with both Thibs and Julius on this team together. I put out a video that said Knicks doomed if they return. And I believe that. I know it. And look how this has happened. Because Thibs has been the master, he is the master enabler. But it's not good for us. It's not good. It's not good for Julius either. He has let him get away with so much that he has accumulated almost $200,000 in fines this season alone. He had the fight with Cam Johnson in that Phoenix game. That was a close game. We were actually ahead at the time with 2:40 left in the game. We were up by 10. He starts this fight. He gets himself ejected, and we ended up losing that game. And this is during a period of time where Randle, he was, kind of combative with the media when he was asked about, the hopes of the play-in or the playoffs. Not worry about that right now. He said, "What do you mean? We're still going for that. That's what we're going for." This is what he meant by going for it. This is what you mean by it. This is it. Your actions speak so much louder than your words. Your actions say you have a behavioral problem, and I can relate to this. I have been a Julius Randle of sorts in the past. That's right. When I first got into advertising, and I was an art director, became a creative director, I was really good at my job. And that actually, sometimes that works against you. When you're really good at your job, people give you more rope than you should be given. And that's what's happened with Randle. I was combative, confrontational. I did it a lot of times with humor, but sometimes not. Sometimes not. And I got away with it. I got away with it for a long time because I was also the guy that helped the agency win big business. Then one time I won them a humongous client, $100 million account. And I got a beautiful letter from the CEO, owner of the company. I'm not going to name the company. And it came with a nice handwritten letter from him with a $5,000 check, a thank you check. And then they proceeded to hire someone over me to run that piece of business. I took it, but I was annoyed. I was pissed. And it did not help my behavioral issues at all. However, over time, I was able to rein that in and understand that the people that you work with are your allies. They are not your enemies. Randle sometimes acts like his teammates are his enemies and his fans are his enemies. We are not. We want you to succeed, man. You succeed, we love it. You fail, but you try hard and you treat everyone with respect, we still will love you. We will still love you. We have a long history of loving people that don't play that well for the Knicks. We do. That's just the kind of fan base that we are. We often love that 12th, when it was the 12th man on the bench before they expanded rosters. We love them. How many Chris Dudleys out there were beloved by the Knicks? Many. Julius, it comes down to you, man. You are the one that sets this whole tone, and Thibs has let you get away with it for way too long. So maybe this is the right time. Maybe the smartest thing you have done all year was ask out of the team. And in that respect, I hope that a deal can be made, a good deal, a fair deal, because I do believe that this version of Julius Randle here, that 7.7 wins above replacement Julius Randle, that top quadrant Julius Randle still exists within you. Now, can you be as awesome as you were last season? Maybe that was your career year, but you are definitely not this player. You're definitely not this player this season. You're not this guy. In the pink quadrant, no. You're probably somewhere in between, which is still a very effective player. And if you're somewhere in between, you're not way down here in the 60s, tied for 67th with Jeff Green for most productive power forwards in terms of wins above replacement in the NBA. Yeah. Let's hope that this can happen. It has to happen at some point. Unfortunately, when you start pulling that James Harden type of shenanigans to get yourself traded, it often can suppress your trade value. Well, it didn't for James Harden. Now, it didn't because his actual on-court performance did not dwindle. Yours has. Now, there's only a few games left in the season for you to recover. So, unfortunately, we're going to be going into the offseason with not such great numbers from you. But you're still averaging 20.1 points per game, 10 rebounds. I believe about almost 5 assists a game still. That's still highly productive numbers. They're just also with very efficient numbers. You're still shooting like 41% from the field. Terrible from the three-point line. But I do think that with the proper conditioning over the summer, the proper mindset, if you come back to the Knicks, hopefully you'll be in the shape that you were for the 2020-21 season and not this season. But if you don't come back to the Knicks, I have a feeling that you're going to have an excellent year wherever you end up going, just to prove everyone else wrong. And that's fine by me, because the way things are right now, they cannot stay the same. They cannot stay like this. You have to embrace your teammates. RJ is now the leader of this team. And that's why in the fourth quarter, the offense was run through him and Emmanuel quickly. Because also they make better decisions in those crunch time moments than you do. It's up to you to understand your weaknesses. If you could see that they that their ability to make better decisions helps the team win, that's better for you. That's what's important. Not sulking, tossing the ball, and running off into the tunnel by yourself to avoid the celebration on Madison Square Garden court. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching this. My name is George. Please subscribe, hit the thumbs up buttons, drop your comments. Definitely want to hear what you guys feel about all of this craziness. Again, it's an unconfirmed rumor, but sometimes these rumors have a lot of truth in them. And this one definitely feels like it does. All right. I will see you around the Knicks-Verse.